section, I'm going to show you how to use the torch and torch fire the pendants that we made earlier. So here's your torch. It has, it's a self-ignition butane gas torch. It has a lock on it that goes up. Okay, it's already up. Then the gas goes on, so you've got a plus and a minus, and you ignite. And then you've got here where you can adjust the flame. Now, so that's basically how the torch works. On the bottom of the torch, you've got a base. I tend to leave mine on because then, you know, should you need to, you can always put it down. So I'm just going to show you how to fill the torch, and I'm using just normal universal lighter gas fuel, which you would use to refill a lighting. And you just press it down and it should feel quite cold. So this one's already filled up. So you can see it bubbles over when it's full. There we go. Right, so I'm going to set my timer to 2 minutes, and that's the minimum firing time of PMC 3. So once it starts to glow a pale orange colour, you start the timer for 2 minutes. So I'm going to get this ready. There's my torch and the block, and I'm going to start with just torch firing this little pendant. Now this one, as you can see, earlier we made the 3 pendants. The other 2 have the gemstone in it, which means that I have to let it cool naturally afterwards. And I'm going to start with the one without the gemstone. And then once it's finished, I can quench it straight away and show you how to polish it. Now, although I've got 3 pendants, if I'd made this as a pair of earrings, you could actually torch fire this in one go, as long as you've got them close together. But the best thing to do is always to torch fire one at a time. Okay, so we're just going to turn down the lights. So here we go. Now these pieces are completely dry because I've made them several hours ago. So if not, make sure you test your piece is completely dry by placing it on a mirror or inside the lid of your badger balm. It's really important that your piece is completely dry. If not, the water will bubble and you will have little explosions. Right, first thing to happen now, as you can see, is for the binder to burn off. The piece may look a little bit sort of grey or black, and that's just dirt or sort of organic binder burning off. As you can see, I'm moving it in a continuous circular motion to keep the whole piece heated. And the next thing, as you can see, there's the last bit of the cellulose burning off. Now it's really important that you go through this process, there you go, and not heat the piece too fast, so you can see exactly what you're doing and you've got total control. The next step you can maybe be able to see is that the curls are the edges are slightly curling. You can see that. So that's to show that the PMC is now starting to sinter. It's going a pale orange colour, and so I can start my timer. There we go, there it is. So now as PMC starts to fire, the piece will actually start to flatten out, and you can see that's what's happening now, especially the bit around the hole. You should be able to see it's flattening out. So if you've got a piece that still curls, then you just know that it's not fully fired. Don't let the piece go red. If it starts to shine, you know, it's starting to melt. It is fine silver and it will melt over 900 degrees. There we go. Alright, now this block, you can see, is completely cold, so it's safe to touch. Just holding it up so you can see it better. Okay, so the colour really is sort of a pale orange glow and not red. Right, it's got another 50 seconds to go. So if at any point you need to stop firing, 2 minutes is the minimum time. So you need to start again and do the whole 2 minutes. So if you fired for 1 minute, for any reason you've got to stop, don't think you can shortcut it and think, right, I'll just do the second minute. No, heat the whole piece up, wait for it to sinter, so glow, pale orange, and then time for 2 minutes. There you go. So the pieces that you can torchify is anything the size and thickness of a 50p piece, simply because you've got to keep the whole piece uniformly heated and you don't really want a lot of binder burning off. Right, so here we go, we're now in the last few seconds, another 5 seconds. Okay, and that's it. So turning off my torch. Obviously it's too hot to pick up, so I've got a little cup of water here. And I'm going to put it into the cup and it will make a sizzle. So there you go, it's a sizzle. As soon as it's made the sizzle, it is safe to pick up the piece and it is completely cold and white, which is the natural state of silver. So we're just going to turn the lights back on and then we're going to start to polish this.